Apple just changed the future of iOS development. At WWDC 2026, Apple introduced AI powered Xcode, a new foundation models framework, deeper Siri integration, and expanded Apple intelligence across the entire ecosystem. These are not just new features, they represent a major shift in how apps will be built over the next few years. If you are an iOS developer, here are the 5 WWDC 2026 announcements you need to understand right now. Xcode 27 is becoming your AI teammate. For years, developers have relied on external AI tools to speed up development. Now, Apple is bringing AI directly into Xcode. The latest version introduces smarter coding assistance, localization support, simulator interactions, and agent based workflows. But here is what matters: this is not about replacing developers, it is about removing repetitive work. Imagine spending less time writing boilerplate code, updating localization strings, generating documentation, or debugging repetitive issues. The more routine tasks become automated, the more time we get to focus on architecture, user experience, and solving real problems. For me, Xcode 27 is less about AI and more about developer productivity. Next is Foundation Models Framework. This might be the most important announcement for developers. Apple is giving us access to powerful AI capabilities through native frameworks. Think about what this means. A year ago, if you wanted to add AI to your app, you probably needed third party APIs, custom integrations, server infrastructure, and additional cost. Now, Apple is making AI a platform capability. Imagine building smart search, content summarization, recommendations, image understanding, intelligent assistants directly inside your SwiftUI applications. This dramatically lowers the barrier to building AI powered apps. I believe this framework will become one of the most used APIs in the next few years. App intents just became extremely important. If you are not using app intents yet, now is the time to learn them. But why? Because app intents are becoming the connection between your app and Apple's AI ecosystem. Through app intents, your app can communicate with Siri, Spotlight, shortcuts, and Apple Intelligence. Here is the easiest way to think about it. App intents are becoming the SEO of the Apple ecosystem. Apps that expose useful actions through app intents will be easier to discover, easier to automate, and easier to integrate with AI. Developers who adopt app intents early are likely to have a significant advantage. Next is Apple Intelligence. Last year, Apple Intelligence felt like a feature. This year, it feels like a part of the operating system. Apple Intelligence is now integrated across messages, photos, mail, Safari, calendar, shortcuts, and many other system experiences. Why does this matter? Because user expectations are changing. Users will increasingly expect applications to understand context, make recommendations, summarize information, automate tasks, provide intelligent experiences. The definition of a great app is evolving, and Apple is helping set that new standard. The last one is Siri AI. This is the biggest announcement from WWDC 2026. Apple completely reimagined Siri. The new Siri understands personal context. It understands what's happening on your screen. It can take actions across applications and it can engage in much more natural conversations. But here is why this matters. For years, Siri felt like a voice assistant. Now it feels like an AI platform. That's a massive difference because when Siri becomes smarter, every app connected to Siri becomes more valuable. Developers who integrate app intents and Apple Intelligence today are positioning themselves for where the platform is heading tomorrow. If I had to summarize WWDC 2026 in one sentence, it would be this: Apple is no longer simply building operating systems, Apple is building an AI first ecosystem. The biggest story was not iOS 27, the biggest story was not SwiftUI, the biggest story was Apple's strategy: Siri AI, Foundation Models Framework, Apple Intelligence, App Intents, AI powered Xcode. All of these announcements points towards the same future, a future where intelligence is built directly into the platform, and that future starts now. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which WWDC 2026 announcement are you most excited about? Siri AI, Foundation Models Framework, Apple Intelligence, App Intents, or Xcode 27? Drop your answers in the comments. I'm curious to know which you are most excited to build. We also provide mock interviews, resume reviews, and iOS training for those who want to grow in their career or switch into iOS development. You can also contact me for freelancing services. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.